Well, hello there. Excuse me, my Maddscrappers. In today's journey of projects, this is where my geek meets my crafty side. In my other life, I'm not just a Maddscrapper. This is a huge passion of mine, but I've also belonged for 20 years to an organization called the Society for Creative Anachronisms. It is, in essence, a medieval historical living history. So, I mean, the closest corollary I can give you is like if you've been to a Ren fair, we are like that, but we are year round. We walk the walk and we talk the talk. And it is, medieval history is just something, I've always loved history. So I love that. So going into this was natural for me. It started with Ren Fair, but Ren Fair is only, a certain amount of time. Here in California, Ren Fair season's 2 months. And then what do you do for the rest of the 10 months? So I stumbled upon this group and I found a whole passel of people who shared my geek. They like different eras and different countries and whatnot. And in my case, because I'm Latina from birth, my parents are from Cuba. I was born here, but so I have globbed onto Spanish. I'm Spain. So I have adopted a Spanish persona, and in that group, I am the Honorable Lady Madalena Leonora Hidalgo de Figueres. Ole! But, so regardless, I'm prattling on a bit just to explain to you. And we have tomorrow an event that I'm attending. I happen to be one of the chief ladies in waiting for our Baroness, and we are broken up into different geopolitical groups, mostly by county lines. So like I'm in Orange County, so the Orange County is the barony of Gildenholt. I'm the Southern California, from Fresno, I think, down to the border, and Hawaii and Las Vegas, we get all the fun spots, is the Kingdom of Kaid. So I am that, and then tomorrow I will be stepping up as Kingdom Chatelaine, taking over an office. So basically the Chatelaine is a person that takes care of the castle, the keeper of the keys, so to speak. So I'm kind of like, for lack, the real life would be like the welcome wagon. So I'm to help people who stumble upon us at a given event, to tell them about us and what's going on, that kind of thing, and recruitment and retaining members and etc. So I'll be stepping up to that. So be that as it may, I was not able to attend our recent coronation, and we switch out kings and queens every 6 months. And neither were our Baron and Baroness, because it was seemed like half of us were felled by the same bug at the same time. So we are hosting this event, and the King and Queen are coming. So we are making our presentation at that time that we would have made at coronation to our new King and Queen. So everybody's gotten together and everybody does their thing. I am a very limited time right now between balancing moms and my job, my full-time job, and just general household wife things of laundry and dishes and making sure everybody's fed, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to contribute to that, the gifts that are going to be made. So I said, well, their kings and queens are always getting presents, so they need thank you cards. And I've made them in prior reigns, and every time I try to do a better job, I try to step it up. And interestingly enough, in the going through and organizing everything in my craft room, Spellbinders was the bin I started entering into Evernote. And lo and behold, I find this die set that I'd forgotten I had. So there's a surprise. But our kingdom's emblem, or our coat of arms, is basically a laurel. It's on a blue background or a blue shield with crenulations, which is, when you look at the top of a castle, those little jaggedy things, that those are crenulations. So the shield is in white crenulations. We have the laurel leaf and then a crown. Not this one, but I'll show you. It's this one. It resembles this one more. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So while I think they still have leftovers from the last set I made, I wanted to step it up. So I'm going to make more cards. So here is my laurel wreath. There is my crown. Our background is blue. I am not going to be able to do crenulations because I just couldn't step up to. That would require me designing something on the silhouette or the Cricut. I can't even find my silhouette right now. That's a big problem. It's got if it's not in the garage, we think it's got to be buried somewhere in storage. We don't know where. There you go. So there you go. So I'm bringing to you geek meets scrapbooking, or in this case, paper crafting. So I'm gonna make 10 cards. So I'm only gonna take you through one of them, but I wanted to show you that, you know, you can be creative, and it's not just a thank you card as a gift. You can put together something that will match the person's life in some way when you're making these note cards, and it's just about cute. In this case, I'm able to make, as a gift, these thank you cards. Okay, okay, that's where it is. So I gotta make sure I cut that off. But I can make something that is specific with what, luckily for me, I had in my supplies. Now. So I've got the backgrounds for my card. Now, I have 3 sheets. I mean, I have multiple sheets of this paper, and this is just shiny. It's recollections paper I've had forever. In the things that we dug up when we were in storage the other day, I dug up this bin, and it was all 12 by 12. So it came over here and it sat in the hallway. Probably, well, that was on Sunday, and today is Friday. So I started yesterday to bring in, as every time I walked by that bin, as I went to the garage, I pick up a bunch of packages and bring them in here. So today, not only did they all come in here, but they're all occupying one of my cubbies in my cubbies, and I had it all organized, Roy B. Jiv. So I can find my 12 by 12s, so that when I need a project and I need a bigger piece of paper, well, there it is. So there you go. Now this is pretty darn big, so the only way this is going to work on this card, which is why, actually, because how big the wreath is, I have to cover. So there's no making it a bigger border unless I make it a bigger card. And there's no reason to do that. But see, my crown just barely fits inside of there. Now, I've already gotten my other paper. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use this pearlescent green. And this is just that I have palm tree green from, excuse me, from Tonic. So I'm going to need, because I'm gonna use up a nice chunk of this, because I have to pull 3 sheets. So I've got that. Let me set this aside over here. So I've got this right here. I'm going to put my crown. We'll set this paper aside because we'll come back. We'll revisit that. And we are going to put our laurel leaves here, our laurel wreath. And I'm going to grab, oh no, wait, I have a couple of pieces. I have a couple of pieces. So we're going to use a piece of mint tape to hold it in place there. And a piece, this is the pink tape from Daiso. So let me set that aside. So I already have that ready. And let me grab my gold. Now I have plenty of mirror stock and there's a part of me that but I'm deciding not to. I want to use a little bit more of the muted and not be like, oh my God, in your face. I'm already like that in real life. So but there is my crown, and we'll just take another piece of mint tape. And I'm going to tape it. I can tape it right here. And take it in place. Now, give me a second as I set that up. Let me grab, I can just do that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Spellbinders, because I need to cut the big one and it doesn't fit in the marquee. So let me grab what I need right here. Give me a second. I should have done this before, and hopefully this video won't go long. Ha! Said the MadScrapper. Never. Everything goes long with me. And it's always to me wonders of wonders, miracles of miracles that you guys actually put up with me. I never cease to be amazed. Okay, so for this, because I'm just die cutting, it is again my platform, not the piece of paper underneath it. The shim I have added there. The top, the platform top. We are going to, which one's this is the cutting one. This is one that's already been cut on. It's already been marked up. It's not virgin anymore. And my die. So I'll put that down and run it through. Oosh. And I forget, I should have looked to see, is this an embossing? Let's look. Let's take a look here. Emboss and stencil. So I'm going to run it back through this way. And then hopefully this is going to remind me. I have to look at this real quick, how to emboss a cut shape. So, platform top, platform base, embossing matte, and the platform top. Let's grab. It always seems counterintuitive to me to cut right on the on the embossing mat. It's like, to cut through it. No. And this isn't working. So, oh wait, because I left the platform bottom because I'm a Dorcas. Let's try that again. There we go. Much better. There we go. Although now it doesn't seem to be doing, I don't think it did anything. This is going through way too soon. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. So, how to build a standard embossing. Oh, no, that's an embossing folder. Emboss a cut shape. So, oh, it's the adapter plate. So, platform, okay. Platform base, platform top, which is this. Cut paper and cutting die. So actually we'll take it off the paper because now we don't need it. Hang on, let's remove that. I'm still getting, can you tell I'm still getting used to this machine here? I am not the expert of anything at all. Okay, so next, okay, so where wait, okay, so oh, because it looks different here. Okay. Okay, so face up. We put that face up, embossing mat, and adapter plate. Okay, so this, and the other gray child, our other gray child, the adapter plate. Let's see if that works better. Yes, it's doing something at least. And if I need to, I can shim it. But we'll see, because I need to order more of those shims. I keep forgetting. Every time I order, I forget that I want to order, I want to have like, 4 shims. Just because. So, okay, let's see. So let's see what happened here. Let's set this aside a little bit. And oh, I can already see a difference. So I think it did a Jim Dandy job. So there we go. So let's grab our handy dandy beautiful pokey tool. And let's bring our wreath out. So there's almost literally, there is nothing to poke out literally, just about. Just a couple of things, but can you see that? Look how beautiful that looks. So it has done a beautiful job. So we'll just poke out the little pieces here because it has a ribbon that doesn't necessarily in our, I think in our regalia, but you get this beautiful, beautiful, and there's a couple, so there is a couple of pieces where, yep, we poke out. Not many, but anything on this side? Apparently not. It's already, oh no, here, there's the other two right here. I figure they're going to be matching on each side. And there we go. So now we're going to go back through, and I'm assuming the same is true for the crown, so there will be no using Mr. Marquis. I now know. So first, we are going to cut. So let's pull out our cutting plate. I'm going to put our crown down on it, and then we're going to put our cutting plate, the other cutting plate. We're going to bring this back into view, and we're going to cut out our little crown. I know this isn't exciting, so you guys are more than welcome to tune out. I would not blame you one iota. Other than you want to see what my geek is all about. So I'm going to say, well, what's the kingdom regalia? I mean, or the kingdom emblem? We want to see, Mayra. We want to see what other madness you are up to in your life, because this is. And here's the funny thing about this, and I put this too far. I didn't put it in, so I didn't cut the very top of the crown. Is that in my medieval group, I am, also known as the MadSpaniard. Isn't that a surprise? Shocking. And that is my email also for my medieval group, the MadSpaniard at Gmail. So it's it's part of me. It's the madness is just all around me. Holy cow. This one, I don't know if it's this die is having a tough time. I need a shim. I don't know if the shim, that little one is going to be enough. So we're going to start with a piece of paper. So let's see if that's enough. Or just put it down there and see if that shims it enough for me to cut. Yeah, it feels harder, so that should do it. Because yeah, it's not cutting through, and this paper is not that thick. This die is older than dirt. But let's see, there we go. Now that did it. I think that did it. So let's see. I just don't want to pop it out of the die because we need to emboss it too. So I just want to carefully, holy cow. This is tough. Let me see, because at least it's still. It's like, okay, are you going to come through? So let's see. You guys can watch this. There we go. It's coming. But wow, this is a tough one. We're going to do it again. We're going to run it through again. And we'll see. If not, we will add. I mean, it just feels tough, so I don't want to over shim it because we don't want to break the machine. So that would make me very, very sad because it's pretty and it's teal. So let's see if now, that one was there we go. Third one, was it the third one or the fourth one? Who knows? But that did the charm. Just have to be patient. Just have to hang in there. There we go. So now we have that. So now I know to remove this plate. I put that right side up. We're going to take out our shim. We're going to grab our embossing mat and the adapter mat. And we're going to emboss this. I'm not sure it has any embossing, but we're not taking any chances. We're going to run it through anyway. So there we go. And it just came right back through. So let's see what our little crown looks like. It's pretty. So we're going to push it out. Right? You're coming out, right, little crown? Come on, my pretty. We must be regal for our fans here. And look at that. So it was a bit of work. No lie. You guys saw it. But we're going to push these little dealy whoppers out. And there we go. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. So I'm going to need tweezers because these guys are now giving me a hard time with coming out, and they can't stay. They don't have to they don't have to go home, but they can't stay here, right? And I'm tearing little bits of the paper from the back, but nobody can see that anyway. So there we go. And there we have our crown. So okay, let me take this all, whoops, as I almost send my die flying, because I'm going to get one done, but we're actually going to do 10 of them. We're going to give them 10 handmade thank you cards. So let me move all of this stuff aside because now it's a relatively quick assembly. So set this aside. So we have, where's my blue background? There we go. Here's a blue background. We have our wreath and we have our crown, and this is going to involve foam tape because I am going to bump some of this up. So I am going to just tape down the blue to, okay, let me see. I need new batteries but I need housekeeping. Well, let's pick it up. Housekeeping. Yeah, it's not, I know it picked up some of it. Oh, yeah, it's picking it up. It needs a new battery. My poor little Anna, my little baby Roomba. So we're going to go ahead and just tape down. Full. But now that is our Kaid blue background. And now we have this lovely wreath, but I'm wanting to pop it off a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some foam tape. You guys don't need to see me do that. So give me a second and I'll be right back with this. Okay, kids, excuse me. I am back. This is not going to be fun. And I have to make 9 more of these. Holy mackerel. It's painstaking. And I'm glad that I have my little handy dandy, strips, because that's what I used was these 1/8 strips from my scrapbook.com ones. And even then I had to cut them up because I had the open. I thought, I'll just run a thing right up the middle. Yeah, no, not so easy. But it will look really, really nice. And that painstaking work will be so worth it. I'm interested in this paper. Is it like white core? I have no idea why. I can see, you can see right here, I have these little snippets of white on green paper. That's one of these. So I'm just going to see, I'm actually just have to snip off a little tiny bit and remember that in the next one to do it smaller. Hang on, let's get that off right there. Because now you can't see it. Okay, so I am ready to put this down. So now what I have to do is remove all of these little pieces of tape. Where are my favorite? I'll use these for right now because I'm not seeing my favorite tape removing tweezers. They should be right here somewhere, but they're not. Why? Because I need them right now. Oh, there they are. They're right here. So we're just going to remove, let's see how many. Oh, no, we want to remove the tape, not the foam. And I thought I worked these first. Alrighty, so now we got all of those foam backings off of our laurel wreath here. Ugh, I'm so over it. Oh, and see, I can still see a little piece here of the foam. So we will just, can we see it? Okay, yeah, now we snipped it off. Now, it's all about placement. And if I weren't so frustrated over having to take all those things off, I would be a really good person and take and put glue on top of it all. But no, I'm just going to eyeball this. I think I can eyeball it well enough. Up and down. We have to center it side to side and top and bottom. So I think that's good. So there we go. This is a delicate piece of work, but oh, so pretty. And now the crowns, these will come off much easier in theory. Although there's a part of me that thinks, let's see, let's grab a piece of this. And just these two, see, these are on these, just these little slivers of paper, so they really want to move. These feel very, very firm. But let's not, play with fire. If it's worth making, it's worth making right. Okay. So let's just take and we'll use that for this. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have to cut down a foam dot? I'm forgetting that I have these thin little strips. Hello, Captain Obvious. Okay. Now, let's take, oh, see? They just want to bend. They are insanely delicate. So they are not going to be fun gluing down. Okay, grab that. And we'll grab that and then carefully remove these. I think these are going to get glue because I'm going to need widget time to center them. Oh my goodness. And I really pressed on these. And they still want to come up. There we go. Maybe I didn't press enough. You see, it's just a little sliver that's holding these little top pieces. Shoot! And it broke, but we're going to fix that. We're just going to, nobody's going to notice. I got to be more careful. So that one is going to go here. Shh, don't anybody tell on me. We're going to put that crown down. Right here in the center. Yes, center. Are you the center? You look pretty centered. And then very carefully. Now each of these have to be moved a little tiny bit and then press down. I think that one is holding very well by itself. And now this one, I think we use tweezers actually. And I think I can put it right up against it and you won't be able to notice the break. Yep. There you go. And this, guys, is the Kingdom of Kaid thank you card for when the royals get thank you gifts. I'm going to leave it blank for them to write what they wish. I am debating whether I'm going to stamp, and I may stamp the back of them. So, I mean, there you go. So hopefully you liked this. Got a kick anything out of knowing where my geek lies. And I had fun. I had fun sharing with this, and we used an old school dies, and we got to struggle a little bit with my Spellbinders, but now we've learned a couple of things. And that, any day we learn something is a good day. So thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this, if you got a laugh, then by all means, throw me a thumbs up, drop me a note. And if you want to see more of my continuing madness, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe and ding that bell, and you'll know when I am back. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you go because I got to make 9 more of these things. So I'm going to let you have your fun. I'm going to have mine. Everybody have a great day or evening. And meanwhile, I'm going to let you do your thing. And don't ever forget, we are all a little mad here, folks. So come craft the madness with me. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye.